Hello, hello, collective. Thank you for being here. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If the messages are giving you any type of clarity, I'm grateful. Yeah, right now I see you have people in their emotions. You may be going through a renewal. Right now it's more like you are doing things that matters to you. You are more like imaginative. You are nurturing your creativity. Yeah, right now it's more like you are having this new life about you are in this new you, this new you, this authentic self, this newly found you. You are no longer resonating with that old timeline, and with you deciding to grow, with you taking this leap of faith, to your newly found growth. I feel you have a lot of people in their emotions about that. These are people who feel like you've changed for the better. These are people who feel like you've changed for the better. You look nothing like what you've been through. You have a lot of people in their emotions because you've decided to take a leap of faith, and you decided to do what matters. You decided to grow. You decided to evolve. Yeah, people are in their emotions because of that. Yeah, right now they view you as somebody of high honor. I feel these are people who weren't expecting to respect you. These may have been people who were looking down on you. These are people who even finding it hard to give you your flowers. These are people who are more like, uh, you know, feel like you were less than. These are people who may have felt like you were less than. Yeah, whoever these people right now, they are viewing you as somebody of high honor. You have a lot of people who feel like they were under uh, overlooking you. They were actually undermining you. Right now they are very much respecting you, though they won't tell it in your face. But then, yeah, these are people who may have been in your home, or you may have been in their own home. You may have been in their own home. These are people who may have been at your house, or you once were at their house. Yeah, these are people who were at the thief of joy. These are people who wanted to steal your joy, you know. Right now, these are people who are like watching you, and they are very much emotional. They are very much feeling pity for themselves. These are people who feel like you choose what matters. These are people who sees you as somebody who's not superficial. These are people who sees you as somebody who's changed a lot. You've changed a lot. Yeah, I feel this may even be a community of people that you've cut off. With with the coffin being here, this is a community of people you've cut off. You no longer in ties with with these people. These are people who are more like seeing you as very much structured. Right now, these are people who view you as somebody who's very much in order. Yeah, these people, they view you as a gift. I feel with whatever engagement you come across, collective, with whatever connection you come across, I feel you always uplift people. You make people feel good and better about themselves. You somebody who gives hope. Have this healing energy about you. Yeah, these are people who miss that. Yeah, they may have saw that up in you. I feel these are people who are having a lot of thoughts about you right now. They are having a lot of thoughts about you right now. Yeah, let's see some more messages. Some more messages. Okay. Yeah, these people, they view you as somebody who takes responsibility for their own well-being. Yeah, I feel these are people who feel like you don't blame anyone for your own misfalls. Is there words like that? You don't blame anyone for your own fall ups. Yeah, anyway, you don't blame anyone for when things are not going your way. You just want to make sure that you put in the effort, you go after things, and yeah, so that you don't have to blame anyone. These are people who view you as somebody who's very much responsible. Yeah, I feel these are people who may have lacked honesty with you. They didn't come honest. They didn't come clean as much as you were clean with them. I feel these may be people who may have thought that they were above than you. These are people who may have thought that they were better than you. These are people who were thought they were superior than you. These are people who were going through with their propaganda. You know, the propaganda. Others are lesser than others. Yeah, they're forgetting that we are all soul beings. You know, we are all humans. You know, there's always something to learn from another. There's always something to gain from one another. So yeah, these people, I feel they wanted you to downplay yourself, to undermine yourself, to minimize yourself. Yeah, but then instead they got honesty. You know, irrespective of how uncomfortable it is, you still give honesty, and you are expecting it from others. Yeah, you come off as very much abundant. You know, somebody who has this limitless potential to manifest. You know, you are somebody who's continuously manifesting. You are always having the desire to become something. You are always having the desire to grow, or to to bring something into reality. Yeah, whoever I'm talking to, these are people who view you as somebody who knows how to bring your things from the 5D to the 3D. Yeah, whoever these people are, they view you as very much intuitive. They view you as very much intuitive. Also, as far as you trusting the divine order, I feel this is something that you may have taught these people. You know, this is something that you may have taught these people. If they haven't learned, they still gonna have to learn. Yeah, right now you may be in separation with these people. You are very much in separation with them. Yeah, and they are very much grieving the loss because they are still stalking you. They are still talking about you. You are still living rent free. Believe me, they are still talking about you. Yeah, you come off as this Ace of Pentacles, you know, as this gift, as this. It's meeting you is an opportunity. Coming across you, you know, it's an opportunity that one should cherish, because I feel you are somebody who's more like a catalyst, you know, for change. You know how to bring in this beautiful awareness, clarity to people's life, and then you go, you know. And unfortunately you have people who think that having access to you is gonna be there forever, and then only until later when they realize, no, you know, you're going to have to cut ties if you know you are being disregarded, if you are not being valued, if you are not appreciated enough, you're gonna cut ties. Yeah, you have these people feeling like they lost an opportunity with you. Yeah, right now I feel these are people who feel like you've brought in unexpected changes to them. You may have brought in these unexpected changes, these tower moments. You know, right now you come off as somebody who's more like moving to the unknown. You come off as this fool. It's like, yeah, you are having this blind faith. You know, you took a leap of faith. You're moving forward. You're moving forward. Nothing can stop me. I'm on my yeah, that's your vibes. Hold up. They can never na 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 na. Yeah, anyway, you are so disciplined right now. You are so disciplined right now, and very much selective, and very much selective with who you give your energy to, with who you invest into. You know, you are too bold, even bold, and very much of a visionary. It's like you can see things clearly. You are very much bold, you know. Yeah, pretty much these are people who view you as very much refreshing. They view you as somebody who's very much in their new beginning. Yeah, you have these boundaries clear with your communication, uh, clear with your boundaries. You know, I feel whoever I'm talking to, you are in your power right now. You are in your power, and these people, they can see that. You know, it goes without saying right now. Let's see one more. You know, yeah, you gave them a rope to hang themselves. It says that. You gave them a rope to hang themselves. You have a group of people that still was after you, that still is after you right now. They can see you are moving forward with or without them.